Prestige worldwide. Why?
Prestige worldwide.
Here we go. Well, it's a week 4 recap with Ray and Jeffrey from Prestiago Mundial. In our first game of the week, Dak Daddy, coming off his lowest point total of the year, faced off against the law firm. The law firm, if it wasn't for those meddling kids, Prestiago Mundial and Way would have gotten the high score. Instead, he had to settle for an embarrassing his opponent. Do you have any thoughts, Hudgens? By the way, you're kind of choppy. Where are you at?
I'm coming to you live and direct from the frat house right here at Elon University after a real banger last night. Let's be honest, CMC and DK are the best players on Dak Daddy's team. I mean, Cooper has been lost since Cooper became the Cowboys' starting QB. Dylan is splitting time on a team that has no wide receivers. Doug, on the other hand, has finally got a good team with Herbert and Jamal Williams and Chase and Adams and Pierce. My goodness. The law firm is going to be tough to beat this year. On the other hand, Jordan should think about making some moves because he and Loco Pandas look like they're going to be competing for last place.
Speaking of Loco Pandas, I said Pandas. It's probably a better name for them. It was quite amusing watching. It was kind of amusing watching two QBs, one cup, and Pando Loco their fourth straight loss. JD really has had quite a downturn from being champ 2 years ago. The rumor is that Wade's been flying his drone into practice all week. Jeffrey, you're at law school. Do you have any insights regarding that drone story?
Well, I'm not exactly sure how Coach Cameron thought flying a drone over practice is going to help his fantasy team. It's kind of odd, but he learned from Belichick, so, whatever works. I would have gone with deflated balls, but, whatever. We all knew Kyler and Thielen would beat their NFC South opponents because, my God, that division is a mess. But what we didn't know is that Geno would freaking go wild with Kupp and Marquise and that Giants defense. Who knew the Giants were going to be okay this year? I guess that's what hours of spending watching that tape did for him. He was able to shut him down. Hopefully JD learned his lesson in this game. He faces off against another previous champ in Mr. Stevens in week 5.
Yeah, Brian was in the close game of week 4. It had to be a preview of this week's Thursday night football game between the Broncos and Colts. Oh my gosh. Fans were leaving the stands, and I'm sure they were probably leaving the stands in Brian's last game. We saw the Rocket Raccoons versus ISU. It ended up being a good day because the Raccoons could not dig through Brian's trash can. What do you think they found in Travis's trash cans? Or Brian's trash cans? What do you think? Do you think Travis has a chance in this next game?
Well, first off, let me just say that Broncos-Colts game was horrible. That was not good Thursday night watching. I don't know about the strategy by those teams not to score any touchdowns. It doesn't seem like a great one going forward, but we'll see. But, Brian is returning to his 2018 form. He's got Eckler and A.J. Brown, a good defense with the Eagles, some C.D. Lamb and Carr going wild a little bit. That said, Travis is really going to be giving folks a lot of trouble with Rick and Saquon looking like he's back in form and Evans scoring a lot of points. Another rookie in Olave looking like the second best rookie wide receiver behind Drake London. I think he could easily defeat the Foreskins and move to about 500 this week.
All right, well, let's talk about the game between, as he's called himself, the GOAT. I am the GOAT, and I slammed John's cock in the door. Do I even need to ask what John did to deserve that slam? As a preview, Billy came in as a huge heavy favorite and showed the league and Rashad why he is the GOAT. Also, I think Rashad learned a valuable lesson, and that was to be careful when closing the bathroom door behind you. You want to give us a quick recap, Jeffrey?
Absolutely. Johnny Cockslam, as I like to call him, had Tucker and Debo scoring double digits. But he probably slammed his cock in the door as punishment for sucking overall. On the other hand, Billy had Mahomes and Lockett and Jacobs and Seabass scoring double digits. Man, Mahomes and Jacobs had enough between them to beat the Foreskins.
See why the GOAT won't keep winning in week 5 against the Special Brownies?
I mean, Special Ed is coming off a dominant performance against the champ this week. When you have Burrow, Higgins, and two of the best running backs, and Chubb and Henry, it's pretty hard to lose. Do you think Dave couldn't, or do you think that if Dave couldn't beat Landon?
Honestly, he had the best running back on his team, Vontae Williams, go down early game, so that's probably what made him suffer. But even that, Jefferson and Hurts had enough to pull it out, almost pull it out for him, and then Koo tried to kick him across the finish line. But the rest of the team just absolutely sucked. Well, the champ has a chance to recover this week and get above 500, right?
Normally, I'd say yes, but he's going against a team that just suffered an embarrassing loss. I mean, of course, to us this last week, so who can blame him?
That's
The
true.
question is whether Hellfire Club has enough juice to get past them.
I mean, you have Lamar Jackson on you, Cortland Sutton when Wilson's not sucking, Travis Kelce, and Williams with enough firepower. Mike Williams with enough firepower, but you never know what Sutton is going to do because Russ has definitely not been cooking.
Yeah, but he's got Fournette, and I know Fournette has been a little disappointing the last couple of years, but he's going against the Falcons at home, and we've seen what Penny and Chubb and Kamara have done against them. Let's face it, that defense is not exactly stacking it up.
Oh, yeah. We did win the high score in week 4, didn't we? I don't know how we pulled it off. Josh Allen, Tyreek Hill, they had their standard big games, but can you believe that TJ Hawkinson, 35, almost 36 points, and the Niners defense with 21 points?
Yeah,
I don't know.
The Niners defense came through, but I think it was really some great managing. We did some heavy analysis in the week leading up to the game and looked at all our options, ran the numbers, and we realized TJ Hawkinson was about to put up a 30-point game. So we put him in the lineup. And those are the type of insights when you get when you've got Tom Brady on your team and you just stop sleeping with supermodel wives for just a little bit to focus on football every day. I mean, Wade went to bed with the lead, and now he's got no money in his hands. So with this, I feel like we can be like Tom Brady is going to be this offseason and really focus on other things.
I gotta have me my boots and hoes. Boots and hoes. Boots and hoes. I gotta have me my boots and hoes. Boots and hoes. Boots and hoes. I gotta have me my boots and hoes.
The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. I'll do you in the bottom while you're drinking sangria.
Nachos, lemon heads, my dad's boat. You won't go down cause my dick can float.
We sail around the world and go port to port. Every time I come, I produce a quart.
Put on your life vest, let's drop anchor. There's a nice lady who I like to spank her.
Boots and hoes. Boots and hoes. I gotta have me my boots and hoes. Boots and hoes. Boots and hoes. I gotta have me my boots and hoes.
Deadliest catch without the crabs. We're almost out of gas, called the Arabs.
I'm a pussy pirate, my name is Jack Sparrow. Take off my pants, she can see my flesh arrow.
Make sure to wax, use your mom's hair. You'll be amazed when I come in your hair.
Pull up the anchor cause we're leaving dry land. Get below deck with a tick in your hand.
Boots and hoes.